All right, guys, welcome to another live stream. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Okay, so Ethereum broke 4K. I think right now we're at 4,300. So I think officially we are beginning altcoin season. And yeah, I think things are going to get way crazier from here. If we look at some of these charts, now, Bitcoin did do a pullback to like 116, 117, but it did rebound in the last 10 to 15 hours, the last day. So now if we look at the BTC chart, it's at 118. It's shooting back up to that 120 mark. So yeah, what was interesting is the Bitcoin dominance broke 60 for the first time in a while. I know it broke that in the beginning of the year. But it hasn't been a while since it's broken 50, 59, or 60, sorry. You can see right now, since the price of BTC has went back up, we are now above 59 again, 60.5. But this is kind of the trend. This is the trend. Once we get into altcoin season, we see Bitcoin dominance plummet, right? So if we go out and take and let me check my mic really quick. Let me just check my mic. Give me just a second. Let me check my mic really quick. Bitcoin dominance plummet, right? So if we go out. All right, so it looks like my mic is working. Yeah, so basically the way we determine that we are in altcoin season is we need to see the Bitcoin dominance chart fall a lot. And that just suggests that liquidity is moving out of BTC and now it's going into altcoins. And the first altcoin it usually goes into is Ethereum. And that's why we've seen Ethereum broke 4,000 again for the first time in a while. If we go to the Ethereum chart, let's see. Right, so if we look, back in April, we were at 1524. So it took us, April, May, June, July, August, 4 to 5 months to get back to that $4,000 mark. So it's been a while since we've seen 4,000. Since this actually, yeah. So since the crash, right? But really, we haven't been at 4,000 since the end of last year, December. So it's very important to notice that, to take note that, okay, we were breaking 4,000 for the first time in like 6-7 months, and we're also seeing the Bitcoin dominance chart take a fall, right, a dip. And usually, like right here, if we go to a previous altcoin season, this is kind of what happens. So previously in 2021, we saw Bitcoin dominance surge all the way to 70%. And then once we were getting closer to altcoin season, we started to see that Bitcoin dominance drop. And it drops pretty severely. So we went from 70 all the way down to 40%. So like a 35% drop. So if that's somewhere similar to this time around, then we'll probably be in that 30 to 40% range for Bitcoin dominance in the next couple months. Because the thing is, we've always seen the parabolic run end the year after the halvening, the BTC halvening. So if that holds true, we only have August, September, October, November, December. We only have 5 months for that to play out again. And it's been doing that every cycle. Now, a lot of people are speculating this cycle is different. We have institutional investors in the space, and that it's going to be a super cycle, and we're going to go into the 5th year, and so on and so forth. But for me, I'm not betting on that. We're already seeing the same thing kind of play out. I think the best case scenario may be the bull market extends to the first 2 to 3 months of 2026, but I don't think it's going to go beyond that. There's a lot of people predicting, we'll be bullish all the way throughout 2026. I think the fact that we broke 4,000 so convincingly, like with Ethereum, I think that just says like in next week we're probably going to be seeing a lot of these altcoins go up in multiples, right? 2, 3, 4, 5x, even more, depending on what altcoin you're in. So yeah, I think it's very bullish for the crypto market. Let's see what else. Right. So we see XRP moving up too. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of XRP, but every altcoin is starting to move up across the board. We're seeing that altcoins are up 10, 15, 20%, and I think this is just the beginning. The fear and greed index is moving up. Altcoin season index, it's kind of staying stable, and I think because we had a recent rebound with Bitcoin, that's why. But I think in the next week or so, it's going to be very telling, right? I think if we could get to 5K Ethereum by the next 2 weeks, officially altcoin season, and we start to see that Bitcoin dominance chart tank a little bit more, let's say like in the 50 to 48 range, I think, it's safe to say we're in altcoin season. I think we're already in the beginning of it, but we haven't even scratched the surface, right? So, yeah, I mean, that's looking pretty good. Let's see what else. All right. So we said BTC's 119, Ethereum 4200. So market outlook for this week coming up, it says U.S. equity and macro backdrop. Inflation data in focus. All eyes are on Tuesday's July Consumer Price Index. So it looks like the CPI data is going to be coming out for July this week in August, followed by a wholesale inflation and consumer sentiment reports. These figures could heavily influence the Federal Reserve stance heading into September meeting. Yeah. So let me see if I can pull it up here. I think the Fed Watch tool. So the Fed Watch tool, if you guys don't know, this website basically gives the statistics for what percentage are we at to get a rate cut for the next month, or like how likely is it that we get a rate cut in September. So right now we're at 88.9%. So it's looking very likely that we will get a rate cut in September. And I think JP Morgan just came out and said that they predict that we will get a rate cut in September and I think like 3 more before the year ends. So if that's the case, it's going to be really bullish. But it looks like we're on track to get that rate cut going into September. So, and I think the consumer price index, if that comes out with good numbers, I think that's just going to fuel getting that rate cut in September. Okay, so the second point here is earnings season continues. Notable reports expected from Cisco Systems, CoreWeave, Deere, Kava, and crypto-related firm Circle, among others. And yeah, Circle has done really well since its IPO. I'm not sure where it's at now, but I think it's in like the high 100s or low 200s. This past week miraculously turned bullish. The Nasdaq reached new record highs, buoyed by mega cap tech gains, Apple, Nvidia, Alphabet. The S&P and Nasdaq posted their best weekly gains since June. So that's very positive. It looks like the stock market is moving lockstep with the crypto market. And again, I think people are pricing in this rate cut, right? You usually don't see when we get a rate cut like prices go up then. It's usually like the month before. So this is kind of why we're bullish here. And we're seeing all these, we're seeing crypto move up, and we're seeing stocks and indices hitting all-time highs. So secondly, crypto market dynamics. Crypto summer in full swing. A surge of IPOs tied to the crypto space, such as the eagerly anticipated bullish listing, is generating buzz. But they don't say the company tied to crypto space, such as eagerly anticipated bullish listings. Okay, so maybe they're talking about like specific coin listings, like on Binance or something like that. Also, in the crypto space, there was news that it says policy tailwind strengthening. The Trump administration continues aggressive pro-crypto moves, easing regulation, exploring tokenized stocks, and enabling 401k access to crypto and private equity. So it looks like your 401k, if you have a 401k, you weren't allowed to buy things like Bitcoin or Ethereum or other altcoins or any type of private equity, but it looks like they're going to pass some regulation to allow you to do this. And I think this is going to be good because I think most people want to get into crypto, but they're kind of on the fence of doing it because they want to get confirmation from their job, right? Some people are just they don't want to risk anything, but if their job is offering it, it's probably going to signal to them that it's a lot safer, right? So yeah, I think that's very bullish. I think once that news came out, the BTC shot up. I think that was last week they came up with that news. Okay, so that's pretty good. And crypto summer is almost over, right? Summer months, July or June, July, August, essentially. So it's looking pretty good. Ethereum rally fueled by institutional demand, U.S. spot ETF inflows combined with record TVL growth in DeFi platforms. Like Pendle suggests strong momentum. Ethereum is trading around 41.70. Right now it's 42, around 43. With analysts eyeing a $6,800 target. Now, my predictions for Ethereum this cycle, again, I usually base everything off past performance, right? So if we look at the cycle, previous cycle, we are around right here, like in this little area right here, right? So, but if we go down before it breaks its all-time highs, which it hasn't done yet, right? But it looks like it's on the verge of doing so. It was around 474, right? And then if we take the all-time highs of previous cycle, it looks like it's around what, 40. I think it got to like 4,900. This chart never shows the all-time high, but I think you could see it here. Yeah, all-time high around 4,900. So around 400 bucks to 49, 10x, right? So every cycle it kind of does a little bit less than what it did like last cycle. So if we go to that same area, it's around 1,600. Let's say it does half of that, a 5x. That puts it, 1,600 times 5 is around, 7,500 to 8,000 bucks. So I think that's a good target this cycle for Ethereum, $7,500 to $8,000. A lot of people are saying, oh, well, we'll hit 10,000, we'll hit 15,000. But you got to look at past cycles, right? And again, the market cap for Ethereum right now is 500 billion. So if it doubles this, if it gets to $1 trillion, which I think it could do, that's around $8,000. And that puts it at $1 trillion market cap. Could it go a lot higher? Possibly, but $1 trillion valuation is a lot already. So I think if you're a person that owns Ethereum, you need to think about taking profit like 5,000, 5,500, 6,000. Start offloading some of that position and don't try to time the top, because that's what a lot of people do. They try to time the top of these bull cycles and they end up holding the bag. All right, I'm going to get rid of all this at 8,000, but what if we don't reach 8,000? What if we just reach 7,000 or 7,500? So I would start, if you're a person that got in at 14, 1,500, you're already up 2 to 3x. So you got to be realistic about your expectations when it comes to profit taking, right? And you need to take profit along the way, and it's going to help you, get rid of that portfolio. Once you take profit a little bit, it's going to be easier as prices go up to take more profit. But if you're trying to just wait for 8,000 and then we only get 7,500, then that's when things start to go bad, right? Because once things start to crash, they go down pretty quickly in the matter of weeks, days. So you got to be prepared for that. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. That's pretty much what we have to look forward to. I think crypto is probably the most exciting asset class this week. being that Ethereum broke that 4,200 or $4,000 mark. And we'll see. We'll see what altcoins do. All right, so let's play some chess. And let's see here. I think do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. Hey, what's up? What's your name? I don't think I see your name on here. Or your profile doesn't have a name. Because I think you were here last week. All right, let me get this set up. Let me switch this. So, face. And let's see here. All right, I think this is good, but I gotta fix this screen. And oh, I broke 1,500. I broke 1,500 in Rapid. So very exciting. Honestly, it wasn't that hard. I thought it was gonna be a lot harder, but honestly, people still make the same mistakes. Like when it comes to like 14 to 1,700. I mean, I'm not at 1,700, but I think 14 to like 1,800, it's just not making blunders and not making mistakes, and you keep going up in price. Going up in score. So I broke that, but I'm not going to play Rapid. I'm going to play Blitz here. Blitz, I'm at like 1201, and it's just a different game. All right. All right, let's play. Free pawn. Oof. That was a checkmate right there. Almost didn't see that. Almost did not see that. Let's see. So you're gonna do that. All right. I think this is fine. All right. Yeah, I think this is fine. All right. Although I'm losing a lot of pawns. Losing a good amount of pawns here. I think he's up 3 or 4. So I gotta be tactical here. He's trying to double up. All right. All right, let's do this. I think I'm in good shape here. There we go. Yeah, this is not going to be good. Ah. All right, blunder that. First game of the day. You got to give me some grace. All right, let's do this. I don't know if I want to take. I'm gonna bring it back. Yeah. He's gonna take that. All right. Darn it. That was my bad. All right. Cool. That's fine. All right. Okay. Going down on time here. All right. Let's break this. Oof, can I pull it off? Is the question. Can I pull it off? Let's trade. Oh my goodness, I did not see that. How did I not see that? Oh, that was terrible. All right. Yeah, I think that's a fake account. Darn it. Oh, it's a free pawn. I think it's fine. Perfect. It's about to be checkmate. It's about to be checkmate. Came back, just needed to warm up. That queen too early, buddy. All right. I don't want to do that. I could do this. Kind of rewrite that. All right. Boom. All right. Let's let's do that. Darn it, that's a free pawn. Oh, should be good. Can save it. I'm wasting a lot of time. Just gotta get out that. All right. Let's do something like this. Darn it. Free bishop. He didn't see it. Free pawn. Darn it, I'm running out of time, man. Come on. Yes. Yeah, I'm running out of time. I don't think I'm gonna make it. I don't think I'm gonna make it. I wonder how you pre-move. I gotta learn how to pre-move. Oh, he lost. He just left the game for some reason. All right, back over 1200. That is it for the day. But yeah, it's looking real bullish for the crypto market. Very exciting. Can't wait to see what this week has in store for the market. I think we're going to see some sectors explode. So, and I go live tomorrow. So if that happens, I will cover that. But yeah, thank you all for joining, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.